Welcome to Faith Positive TV. I'm Dr. Joey Faucette. Some friends invited me to do my annual renewal at their beach home. I accepted after deliberating about 2 seconds, right? Access to their home is by four-wheel drive only, so you don't have a lot of traffic or people. It's the perfect place to get away, at least so I thought. Well, I went outside one day to check the oil in my vehicle, had my head up under the hood, when all of a sudden someone said, "Hello there." I hit my head on the hood, and I turned around to see a guy standing there. He had this long white beard. He was barefooted. He wore this old T-shirt, raggedy jacket, and my first reaction, was a vagrant has walked 5 miles off the highway and found me. I'm gonna die. I sized him up. He was short, and I decided I could take him, or at least outrun him. I prepared myself for springing into action, and then we started talking. Well, really, he talked and I listened intently. Turns out he knew my friends who owned the beach home, called them by name. And it turns out he was a retired college professor, now beach bum, who lives 2 doors down. He chaired the Department of Athletic Training at a major university. My daughter majored in athletic training and he knew her chair. So instead of fighting or outrunning him, I relaxed. Paul writes to the Christian business people in Corinth, and me, and perhaps you too. We don't evaluate people by what they have or how they look. God uses us to persuade men and women to drop their differences and enter into God's work of making things right between them. Become friends with God. He's already a friend with you. The truth is, you and I do evaluate people by what they have or how they look. And every time we do, we stop working faith positive with God. What is God's work? To persuade men and women to drop their differences and enter into God's work of making things right between them. Before you and I can persuade men and women to drop their differences and make things right between them, we have to drop our own differences. Now, how do we do that? Paul says, become friends with God. You know, friends spend time together. They talk, they play, they relax. The more time you spend with God, the more you talk with God, the more you play with God, and the more you relax with God, the less often then you choose to judge others over petty differences. You avoid judging and accept others when you're friends with God. So do this one thing to make friends at work. Become friends with God. Then watch as your faith increases. You have greater joy at work, and you love God and others more as you work faith positive. For Faith Positive TV, I'm Dr. Joey Faucette.
Discover your free Faith Positive coaching program, Be Still and Know, at getpositive.today/faith-positive.